Okay, you are a god.
Like I spent an hour and a half.
I believe you. And like you said, you're like above your pay grade. Thank you. Okay. Let's get OBS back open really quick. I know, we're so excited to be here. Wait, where did OBS go? That's Steam? No, I need OBS. Where'd OBS go? There's OBS. OBS. I don't use OBS at home either, so this was an added layer. I use XSplit.
You go, girl.
An added layer of complexity. Okay.
That's what the pros use.
Here we go. But we're gonna go to quick match because I can't be responsible for what happens today.
Yeah.
I'm playing in a
It's a little bit chaotic in here.
Okay.
We barely got sound going. I'm gonna drink this water. By the way,
you can drink that water.
Do you need a water?
Oh sure. Actually, as you see, I
get smarter with this. It's not an ad, but
hashtag not sponsored by Smart Water, but today sponsored by Intel. And also Twitch. We're excited. So hopefully everybody watched the reveal. Okay, I need help though. I can never open these tops.
This one's actually kind of weird. You have to.
I had this problem at the airport as well.
You have to go in this. Like, who would have thought it's like right there?
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So no, we're not going to be playing Deckard Cain today, but hopefully you saw the announcement. Otherwise, spoiler alert: the new hero was announced today, and it is Deckard Cain. Okay. When you think Deckard Cain, do you call him just Deckard, like his first name, like casual, or do you do like Mr. Cain, Deckard Cain?
Yeah, we call him Deckard. Deckard is sort of the...
See, in my mind, Deckard Cain is like one word.
It's like a one.
Yeah, it's one thing. He is Deckard Cain. We're going to play Varian.
Deckard. Yeah, he's been a really cool one to see come along. I think everyone was concerned that... When we started, I said I didn't want to spoil my feelings because I wanted to do this on the stream. Yeah.
I was super against Deckard Cain.
You were against it?
Oh yeah, I was like, no Deckard Cain. I don't like him, but his kit looks amazing.
Wait, you don't like him just as a character?
Yeah, I don't like him as a person. I find his voice really difficult to listen to, and just he's like kind of like that frustrating older uncle who asks you to hook up their laptop, and
but
you're
almost
like,
a
stop.
Caricature even of that frustrating older uncle.
Right. But the kit looks so fantastic that I can't hate.
Yeah, I hear you. The effects team, all that, it just looks fantastic, everything. And he's cool. He definitely brings a new...
the lore storm? Just the tornado of books? The thing looks amazing.
Yeah, that, his Scroll of Sealing, and the Herodric Cube, incredible effects. The team went overboard on that for sure.
How hard was it to take a character that's more of a non-combat character and make them a combat character?
It's a challenge, but I think that's the thing, at least on the design side, those guys love that kind of challenge. They want to make sure that the hero they're building is authentic to the character, but it's bringing something new to the ecosystem that is viable at all levels, hopefully.
What are things about Deckard Cain that you like to bring in as a character? Because I know you're more about like the lore side of things.
Yeah, it's interesting, and like we didn't even plan it this way, really, that we would be starting to talk about this while Deckard was the main character, but he is an interesting hook for us in that regard. Like, we're beginning... Oh, I'm getting game sounds, by the way, if you aren't.
I'm not, but that's okay.
Do you want to switch?
I can live this life. That's okay. You can hear the game.
You can switch headsets if you need.
No, I can live this life.
It's not very loud, but I am getting game sounds.
That's okay.
We're gonna smash. So we're starting this story journey this month. And it's kind of a convenient coincidence that Deckard is the hero that's sort of announcing that. But he is someone we want to play with a little bit in terms of the story.
Is he going to have? Are there going to be parts of the story with him, maybe identifying things in the Nexus?
Yeah.
I remember when Gul'dan was released, he had some lines about the power of the Nexus and how he wanted to plunderify it. So
that was some of our first efforts in that regard to kind of try to tell some narrative with that. Medivh Gul'dan dual trailer. That was really cool. But yeah, Deckard, yes. Our hope is to use him as a tool, highlight his strengths, especially in this meta way around our desire to tell stories in the Nexus. So we'll see. Hopefully we meet your hopes and expectations there. But
well, you exceeded my expectations in terms of abilities.
Nice. Okay, cool.
I'm down with that.
He's cool. I love the sort of setup thinking you have to adopt with him, where it's like anticipating where fights are going to be. He doesn't actually move all that fast, and you kind of have to. And
he doesn't have a ranged auto attack, right? He's only
It's his
he melees with the stick.
It's hilarious too because he's got an upgrade for it where it'll turn into a stun.
Like I said level 16, right? Yeah. It's supposed
but
to be.
You got to get in there, so it's You definitely don't want to be waiting in there
without
without some teammates. So
I've got some of my teammates from our cheer league team that are
nice.
here, and I think the first thing they were saying was like dropping those potions.
Yeah.
Tank's like, I'm gonna steal that. Like that's mine.
Yeah, you're gonna have teammates. Maybe some teammate problems, like who gets the potions.
It's good that he can throw it directly on them, so you can kind of mitigate that. But like the one where the talent where the longer it sits, it gets larger.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a problem. Don't touch it. Just wait. Just like let it bake for a minute.
Yeah, it's like as if it's gonna even be able to be on the ground that long.
Right. Like you gotta tell your teammate, don't touch the heal. Don't touch the heal.
Yeah. So if it wasn't gonna be Deckard, who did you have? What were your hopes?
Since it was like I think they keyed it as like with the unexpected hero. I was hoping for somebody like maybe the Overmind from StarCraft. Yeah. That could have been like weird.
Yep.
Or I think Yag Saran was out there on the Twitter sphere. That maybe we'd see Yag. I'm not like, okay, a lot of people thought Deckard too. Like I'm not super surprised, but like I said, I found him really obnoxious. So I'm like, no, please. Not that, anything but that.
Yeah, he's one of those like he's just been around since the beginning. He's a beloved character.
Like one of the original memes, right? Stay a while and listen, and now it's an ult.
Yeah, exactly.
So for the Nexus and the different Nexus realms being connected, one thing I always liked in game, if you're in Sky Temple and you look down, you can see Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Yeah.
So those realms are not just connected like through the Nexus. They're physically, some of them are in the same
some of
place.
them are. Yeah, that's actually really astute. Obviously, the easiest example is Tomb of the Spider Queen and Sky Temple,
with your eyes.
You can see through them. And so they are on Luxoria, which is under the control of Ka, who is the announcer on Sky Temple. And so, yes, they are connected. And in fact, some of our older realms are also connected via borders, much like
Cursed Hollow
Towers
of Doom, right?
Yeah, King's Crest. They're connected by an actual border as well. But, not all of them are like that. Some are obviously connected in a more metaverse sort of portal-esque kind of way.
Yeah, how did the Diablo and the I guess Hanamura and the StarCraft maps fall into that? Are they slurped out of their realms, kind of like the heroes are? Variants pulled out of Warcraft, or are they actually going into the live StarCraft world?
So this is something we want to start maybe explaining even a little more concretely as we go forward. That process of how realms and heroes both come into the Nexus and why and
there's a piece of flavor text on a piece of gear in Diablo. It's a bow from Vala, and it mentions that Vala disappeared. Like it actually references. It's called Vala's Repeater, I think is the name of it. And the flavor text on it mentions that Vala was the greatest demon hunter until she suddenly disappeared and a body was never found.
Interesting. Well, so one thing's for sure in terms of that, I can say a few things that when a hero is brought into the Nexus, they aren't actually removed from their iconic, like their metaverse timeline.
Yeah, because Varian died in WoW. We know he didn't take protected.
When a hero enters the Nexus and something happens to them in Heroes, it's not as if they were taken out of Azeroth.
Like a copy maybe of their essence or an image of them.
Yeah, they are the fullness of that character, but another expression of them, I guess, is the best way to put it.
And we can almost think that Blizzard has a multiverse, like somebody compared to DC Comics, where we have Shando Illidan.
Yeah.
He exists at the same time as good guy Illidan, and then there's also Spectre Illidan, who's like the StarCraft Illidan.
Yeah, I like to joke around at work a lot, where you read all these skin descriptions, and they're very cool and invested and awesome. But I just like to say, look, it's all true, okay?
It's all true.
It's just all true. Like that is
anything is possible 100%. If you believe, right? Yeah. That's what I always got from it too. Before with the Mechaterial, but before that we had already had Dehaka, the Mecha Dehaka.
The stories I'm excited too, that would be really fun to mess around with, is when different versions of the same character are interacting with one another.
Oh, that would be really cool. All those Illidan's together, see who has the most hatred.
Yeah, who is the baddest of the Diablos, or
Or then you have Angelic Diablo, or he's actually a nice guy.
He's the party pooper.
What are you guys all doing here?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's just really fun to be able to talk about this stuff a little more openly and get feedback to people that we're headed in this direction. as a first step.
Do you think you could ever do? So we've had a couple PvE brawls, mostly the StarCraft ones so far, where you explore that, where it's more PvE, like finding out why Gul'dan, what is he trying to steal one of those singularities? Like what's like I would like to explore more of that. Would that be like could you see PvE kind of maps or experiences to explain those things?
Yeah, so our map team loves to work on those brawls.
They're really fun.
Really
It's my
fun.
favorite
And as you
one.
can tell, like they, you know, with the amount of time that we have sometimes to prioritize into things like that, they do everything they can to make them as robust an experience as possible. But it's, I mean, the content demand on the game is pretty high, so we don't always get to put
everything you want.
As much time as we would like. But you know, ideas of creating new brawls, especially around these themes, we talk about that a lot. So you know, I think Dead Man's Stand, the hard mode comes out this week. Is that right?
Yeah.
So we're watching all of that. We're watching community feedback. We want to know what players want to see, and if PvE brawls are something that you know everyone's clamoring for, then.
I mean, there's been some really fun brawls like the Stitch's Pool Party. Pool Party is pretty fun.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, the PvE two have been my favorite for sure. Because it's a different kind of coordination. You're trying to put together a team that's made for a different thing than you normally do.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. I totally get it. And it's a fun way to express these characters, especially collaboratively. You know, it's like working together.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Making a team that's trying to like PvE race or wave clear race rather than being like your team fight.
It was really fun internally to watch people when we released the first one do all of the time, like the time speed runs. Like we had no idea people would get like that into it.
Oh yeah, it was super
really
cool.
awesome.
We got third for ours. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So with the different skins and the different skin universes that we have going on now, which one is your favorite? There's the superhero, the mecha. Like, what's your favorite one with backstory?
I hate to say it because it's probably something that a lot of people would say, but the mecha universe is one that's really near and dear to me. Probably because of the trailer and like working on that, and I don't know. I would like to do more in that world. Like that's definitely something I want us to visit more.
I would like to see more of the mecha bad guys because we had like Xenotech Abathur, but there's got to be more out there, right? You've got all these good guy mechs. I want some bad guy mechs.
Well, we released all those sprays, right? The supporting sprays. Yeah. It's fun, you know, and even internally, that stuff gets a lot of the creative juices flowing for our artists. Where
okay, I was gonna say, speaking of sprays, where we have like Were Shark Greymane as a spray, but it's not a skin yet.
Oh, well, we've been doing more and more of that. So like, we have so many creative folks on the team who are coming up with ideas, and we're like, look, if we don't have the time to get all these skins out right now, we can at least get out ideas, you know, that helps expand these concepts in a bigger way than just the skins we can put forward.
Because it's such a good idea. Like Were Shark looks so good.
Yeah,
you can't you can just abandon it just because you didn't have time to make it.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say is like, you know, sometimes this stuff gets even our artists so jazzed up that they'll spend time, like free time, carving out concepts and
amazing.
Working on things that they're just inspired by. So, you know, it's fun to even see that stuff behind the scenes. And yeah, it just makes us all believe in it even more, which is super cool. So,
I think my favorite mecha one was Mecha Rhaegar.
Yeah,
I really like that.
What aspect of him did you like?
It's hard to say, but especially the black and white skin rather than the green and white one.
Sure.
It just looks so menacing.
Yeah.
Like not even just the story of it, but just the visually, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
And before that it was Santa Rhaegar, which is pretty sweet, but.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, for a while with that trailer, we were working on that trailer. Was when we wrote the script for that trailer, it was much longer than it ended up.
I bet you could make a whole like Saturday morning cartoon.
For sure. And we actually had him using Ancestral Heal at one point to like help Tyrael, and I thought that was a really show. Yeah, I thought that was a really interesting idea. Is like, what would ancestral healing look like
to a robot
in mecha form? Yeah, like. Is it all these microbots, like,
that would look so cool.
repairing, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of stuff where we just get nerded out. It's like,
yeah, and you often wonder that too, because Morales has a line to Sylvanas, like, I've never healed a dead person before, but I'll give it a shot. You wonder sometimes, like, how you're actually, or like Malfurion healing Probius, like, how am I using druid magic to heal a robot? Like,
it works somehow.
I would like to see the visual of that actually played out.
Cinematic realization of it, for sure. It's fun for sure.
Okay,
that concept, for instance, like Neo Stormwind, you know, Peter Lee spent a lot of time on that concept, and the half circle that you see in that environment that the city's set inside is actually a fallen moon.
Oh my goodness!
The city is basically what happened is once that moon fell, it was so full of this mineral, this mineral. So it's a lot of mining, and that's what built the city. The city was built up around that, like.
You guys have a whole book.
Yeah, finding resources out of there, and that's why the city was built. Basically, it looks like it's built inside the moon.
Bowl.
Yeah, totally.
That's so cool. You guys, you have a whole series.
It's cool.
I'd watch it.
I would too.
I'd buy the T-shirt and everything.
We're waiting for Netflix to reach out. We'll do the full Netflix series. It'd be awesome.
Dude, we'll binge it. It'll be good.
I'm just having fun, by the way. There is no Netflix series coming, but.
Unless there is Netflix.
Talk to me, Netflix. No, call me up.
Call us up. Don't stream in front of Blizzard, or don't feed in front of Blizzard. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
I'm definitely more interested in talking to you.
Yeah, this is more about the combo than the game. So please don't judge Kiyeberries' play right now.
I keep dying to Genji.
Are we winning, by the way?
No,
we're not.
Maybe we're actually pretty even. I think our Murky is carrying.
Nice.
But speaking of Murky, so Murky didn't exist before HOTS. He was made for HOTS, and then he was put into World of Warcraft later.
Well, there was the little pet in World of Warcraft.
But is that Murky? Is that actual Murky? If you have that very first BlizzCon pet?
It's not the expression of the Murky that we have in this game for sure. But I'm just saying, like, the idea of...
The idea.
Yeah,
but where I was going with that, like, also like Lunara, Brightwing, Lieutenant Morales, Sergeant Hammer. So... how often do you guys decide you'd rather have like a unit that maybe doesn't have a legendary hero attached to it versus picking out like King, Varian, Rin, and Illidan?
Yeah, it's so funny because we look at heroes now from so many different filters. Like there's so many filters. Like gender of characters, IP of character, role of character. Is it cute? Is it a monster? Is it a humanoid?
Right.
It's like... And so there's all this juggling around all these variables to ensure that we're trying to bring a lot of diversity to the game, both in terms of play,
Murky, are you a god?
Style,
he is a god.
As well as characters.
Never mind.
And then there's the whole thing around like iconic Blizzard characters versus like cool unit characters. So there's so many different levers of interest around heroes and the selections there. I think we try to do the best with figuring out how to navigate that. And sometimes it's a happy marriage of multiple of those where the designers are like, we really want to bring this type of character into the game. And then, on the writing side, we'll suggest multiple things, multiple options, right? And sometimes it's a happy marriage of a few of those items coming together and us saying, yes, that feels good or that feels correct. Or, wow, we've had a lot of Warcraft heroes, let's try something new, But yeah, there's a lot of values that are considered when considered.
Was there a time at the beginning where, because HOTS, is fairly young compared to maybe other games in the same genre, was there a time where you guys were trying to fill out like roles that already maybe existed in the genre? Like, we need to make the Invoker, and that's what Kael'thas became?
Sure.
Or was that never really a consideration?
I mean, I think maybe early on the concept of like mages.
Right, we needed to have mages. We need to have these.
Which, Kael'thas sort of stepping into. Right. I think everyone knew we would have those characters, so it was inevitable that would happen. But I don't know. I mean, we're all gamers, and we definitely play a variety of games. So I'm just thinking of a thread that I just was reading right now today about people saying, "Wow, this is a really cool mechanic from these other games," right? Like, so we're playing other games constantly and looking at them and trying to learn from our peers as well on what is making for exciting and
absolutely
fresh gameplay. So
I like how the last few heroes, especially healers, because I main support, have been kind of like weird.
Yeah.
I mean, Deckard definitely looks like he's a little different in his healing. Alex Straza was a little different in her healing.
Yeah,
Anna was super different in her healing.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the diversity of support that we have in the game. There's anything from super direct healing.
Yeah, not that I don't like playing whack-a-mole. I do all day, against me, but getting some weird ones.
Or Medivh, or just a lot of creative ways to protect your team, for instance, and it makes for interesting team compositions as well, because that obviously, if you don't have that direct healing, it's making you weaken in a different way. So how are you going to support that? Or
what kind of CC do you have? What kind of debuffs do you have?
Characters need more self-sustain as a result. It's fun.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So tell me more about you, Kiyeberries.
Oh, what?
Yeah, how's your stream life going?
Pretty fantastic.
Nice.
The last, I would say, 3 days of Hero League I played, I've lost 3 games in 3 days. It's been almost all wins. It's been fantastic.
That is pretty fantastic.
Yeah. So no complaints from me. Maybe this game, I'm not playing so well, but...
And if you had big hopes for the year out of Heroes, what would they be? Heroes of the Storm.
Big
It could
hopes.
be Heroes, or it could be features, or it could be other things.
Okay, I know you've met Pally Time,
Yes.
right? So you've probably heard...
Wonderful man.
You've probably heard about Deathwing.
Yes, I heard about Deathwing.
Pally and I have differing opinions on Deathwing, and my
Okay.
great hope for Deathwing is that he becomes a map, similar to the spine of Deathwing
Awesome.
in World of Warcraft.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I remember
cool.
Heroic Spine especially being one of the most difficult
Yeah.
boss fights I ever did in WoW, and I think Deathwing's massive, right? We had 25 people on his shoulder blades.
Yeah.
So that's my, maybe not for the year, but for my big hope for Haas is that a
Would that-
Deathwing map.
If he becomes a map, would it make you sad that you would never be able to have him that you might not have him as a hero?
No.
You wouldn't.
It would
Okay.
fulfill everything for me. Maybe make Pally sad, but
It's that Ragnaros conundrum where you're like,
Yeah.
this dude's just too big.
He's
or
huge,
too,
yeah.
Or even too powerful, right?
Right.
Like, should he be on this map? It's the same thing when we were talking about Realm Lords at the panel.
Yeah.
It's like, do they belong on Battlegrounds?
Yeah, should you
Like,
be able
maybe
to
they
pilot
should.
somebody
Maybe
with
they
that much
should,
power?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we've done it with Ragnaros. We've done it with Alexstrasza. These are like demigods in their own right.
I was nervous about Alexstrasza when she was announced, but she turned out very, very good. One of my favorite healers to play.
She's tons of fun for sure.
So you guys keep doing that to me because I was really like, I was kind of hesitant about Alexstrasza, and now I'm like, I'm not on board with Deckard Cain, but then their kits come out and it's like, all right, well, I guess I was wrong. You got me. You got me.
I'm just excited to hit, like, there's an aspect of me that wants to see Deckard cast in like HEC games, and it's like, oh, here come the books, you know, the books are coming.
You can almost hear Trixler, right?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
drop the books. Because I can imagine Kaldor maybe preferring the stun alt.
Dropping the knowledge. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I'm ready for that actually. So somebody asked about, I think it was the very last question about updating character interactions.
Oh, right,
Like
yes.
the Phoenix Raynor one was kind of the example. Do
Right.
you have like a favorite interaction or an interaction that you really enjoy between two heroes?
Man.
I do. I can start. So, and here, let me help. So Kerrigan, Arthas, and Sylvanas all mixed together have a set of interactions depending on who kills who. Like if Kerrigan kills Arthas, I believe she says, "Queen takes king."
Yes.
And then if Kerrigan kills Sylvanas, she's like, you know, they call you the Banshee Queen, or they all have a different set of voice lines depending on who kills who, being that they're the king and the queen and stuff. So that's my favorite voice interaction because it can be so different depending on who's playing which hero.
I forget what the exact lines are, but there's an interaction, I believe, between Arthas and Jaina.
Oh yeah.
That is like, it's just like heart-wrenching. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, I know. At the start, she's like, I'll never forgive you," and then Arthas says, "Forgiveness is for the living," and it's like, oh snap, son, that's cold.
It's like super sad. Yeah, there's a lot of those. I think Illidan has some too. Yeah, Illidan's got some sad ones as well. Or it's like,
oh yeah, his Tyrande,
yes,
where he
that's the one, Tyrande too.
She says, "Freeing you is my greatest mistake," and then Illidan says, "Loving you is mine." Oh my gosh, for the Twisted Fate skins, where Illidan's the Shando, and Malfurion's the demon, and then Tyrande is the warden. So it's like even in the alternate universe, he still doesn't get with Tyrande.
Yeah, I know.
It's like infinite universes, and you never get Tyrande.
It's as if the sorrow is the through point, right?
It's key to his character.
Yes.
Poor Illidan. I was always on Team Illidan, and then Legion was like, it just cements you. It's like, dang, man, he was right the whole time. Got us.
Yeah.
Illadaddy.
I need more time for World of Warcraft in my life, but I just had my 4th child.
That's okay. That's a lot of time and children.
Yes, and so.
And then this video game.
Yes, games in general. Like, I literally have to give of my body to play video games. Like,
cut out sleep and eating.
Like, if I want to play Heroes at home, or even like, for instance, I started playing Monster Hunter at home when it came out. My goodness, like just to even play a game, I have to either take away exercise or take away healthy eating and just
like you just don't get dinner, you're just eating macaroni and cheese while you're trying to play video games.
Whatever, and so I feel like I sacrificed my health to video game, but like it's worth it sometimes.
Yeah.
I literally won't consciously make the decision to just be like.
Based on like people on Twitter with Monster Hunter, it sounds like it's worth it.
It's
pretty
like I will
right
cash
now.
my body check now for video games. It's like
just take off a leg. ASMR stream with Cloaken, please.
I don't know if I got.
Have you watched some of those like actual ASMR streams?
Yeah.
People are into that.
Actually,
I'd watch.
You know what? NPR did a really awesome feature on ASMR. It was years ago, and I watched or I listened to a lot of NPR. It was This American Life, and they did a whole feature on it, and it was fascinating. That's the first time I'd really heard about it, and so
now it's such a big thing now. There's like whole Twitch categories for ASMR.
Totally. Yeah,
you can get into that.
Those YouTube channels, the original ones like Gentle Whispering and all that, they're massive. They're massive.
You could get in on that, I feel. No.
I'd have to get my binaural microphone.
And special one. I'm so glad the first question in the Q&A was Cloaken announcer when, because that's what I wanted to say. I was like, should I get up and say it? And then the very first person.
Like, I'm really ready and willing. We've talked about it
Who do we have to go beat down their door? I'll help. I'll go.
I think it's one of those things
where it Alan?
Everyone you ask is like, heck yeah, let's go.
And then we don't know who's in charge.
Well, no, everyone knows who would make that call, but we're all so busy. You know, it's like, I don't know.
If Alan's here, I'll go. I'll go right to his office. Excuse me,
Everyone's so busy and just working hard that everyone's like, yeah, we definitely should do that. And it gets put on that pile of like, we should definitely do list.
I feel like if we can get Amarak, we should
a billion other awesome and amazing things. And it's like, you look at this pile and
I feel like I speak for the whole HOTS community when I say it should be on the top of the pile. Well, I don't know what else is there. I don't know. Deathwing is up there. Knock him down.
Yeah, thank you. That's very kind. And
there was a Reddit thread the other day that it was Cloaken announcer when.
I saw that.
I upvoted and commented.
Thank you.
You want to make sure that Blizzard knows.
That's awesome. I'm just curious, like, I hope what I would say in that.
Yeah, what would some of your lines you would do be like? If I got like a triple kill, what would you say?
Well,
it's not going to happen, but if I did.
See, this is where I would think about this way too long.
Are we putting
I would want it to be the right thing, the exact thing, but I worry that it sounds more interesting than it actually is. That's my fear.
I would really hope for when you lose, you would have like we'll see you next time in the Nexus.
Nexus. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I worry that it sounds more interesting than it is in reality, but hey,
it's what the people want.
Tell. Yeah,
you gotta do what chat wants. If I've learned anything as a streamer, it's that you have to do what chat wants.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Be nice, chat. Be nice.
No, they're a bunch of bamboozlers, but you got to do what chat wants.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
besides yourself, who would you want to see as an announcer? Is it a hero, a map person?
You know, I get excited about thinking about these characters like like the Raven Lord.
Like the Raven Lord. He's got a good voice. I would listen to the Raven Lord.
Great voice, dude. That guy he makes it happen. He likes to chew the scenery when we get him in the booth. So, yeah, seeing some of that gives us even more. You know, we have to kind of tell story where we can in this game.
Yeah,
and so
it's not story driven.
There are a few things that I feel like we could get out of an announcer pack of his that help us tell a little story.
Define his character.
Yeah, define his character, define even a little bit about the meta narrative going on, and we have to kind of steal from those little moments in order to cement some of that stuff.
Okay, someone chat, is the Raven Lord the announcer for Towers of Doom? Okay, speaking of Towers of Doom, It honestly makes me feel bad for the Gravekeeper though, when he's like, I don't want to go back to those wretched mines, and you're like, oh man, he's just trying to crawl out.
Get a leg up.
Right, yeah.
He's just trying to and he puts a man down. Yeah.
A lot of people had negative things to say about haunted mines, so he just wants out of there. He doesn't want to be associated with that anymore. Cut the man a break.
Exactly. Yeah, we can understand. So yes, Raven Lord is the left side, I guess is the best way to call it, or you can call it the red side announcer for Towers of Doom. We're on Towers of Doom, so you're on the Raven Lord side right now. And the Gravekeeper is obviously on the right side.
And you this is him.
So depending on which side you're playing as, you'll
get one or the other.
Yeah.
Just like with Battlefield of Eternity, you might get Alarian or gosh, what's the demon's name? I know the angel's Alarian. Okay, Bella.
Yeah.
He has a really good voice too. I'd listen to him. Oh my goodness.
We got a T-Rex.
It's a dinosaur.
T-Rex up in the house.
Oh, he's beautiful.
See if I can turn this around.
I'll do it. Just throw it right at him.
T-Rex life.
My whole stream is dinosaur themed, so this is the greatest. Yeah. Things you can only get at PAX. Things you can only get at PAX.
Oh, wait.
No, it should more be you. You're much prettier.
I'm not.
I mean, if I had to pick which one of us I was going to look at, I might not be doing the best for my team in terms of mechanic play, but I just capped, so like I'm a team player.
Yeah, so Towers of Doom is a really cool one because this is one of those opportunities, like I said, where we got to tell a little bit of story in the game. That sort of Realm Lord conflict here, Gravekeeper, Raven Lord happening, which is awesome. And there's a few more little moments like that where you'll see, aspects of other maps on the King's Crest domain, like kind of coming together.
You mentioned that Dragonshire and Garden of Terror are all part of that in that same area.
Exactly.
But doesn't Garden have a different announcer?
It does.
So who are these ladies? How are they connected? Are they friends? Are they like? I need to know.
I would like to tell you.
You will probably sooner or later.
Hopefully.
I assume that you will.
Hopefully. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I can tell you or not. I know we're planning to do something.
Do you know?
Yes.
You know. You're like,
so I don't want to necessarily spoil some of that for its reveal, but yeah, that stuff is all connected. And
I'm gonna ask you later when we're not on camera because like I want to know. Like I'm interested. I'm like hella interested in that.
Yeah, the Dragonshire story is a fascinating one, and we even brought a little bit of the backstory and lore to the trailer.
That's Alex Straza looking out.
The stained glass. I don't know if you guys got a good chance to see the stained glass window in that trailer. Where,
no, I don't think we did.
The Dragon Knight's kind of in the middle, and then on the side you see a young boy on the moon side and a young girl on the sun side.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I need this graphic.
Yeah, and so again, those are small little visuals we're trying to weave in to sort of seed some of the backstory.
What about some of the Easter eggs on the maps? Like Dragonshire has the Wolf King, the Boy King, where you mouse over him.
Yeah.
Is that just cute, or is that part of this deeper story?
Sometimes that stuff is just cute, like the Harrison Jones.
That one's neat though, because it kind of connects that Tomb of the Spider Queen is below physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the like the sword on Battlefield of Eternity, I think, right?
Oh yeah, the Dark Souls sword.
Yeah. The Dark Souls sword.
The Dark Souls sword.
Yeah.
My and I was Lashes is out here, and I was just telling her this story, and I've told so many Blizzard employees, but I'm going to keep telling everybody.
I want to be a part of this group.
On Sky Temple, on the right side of the map. I guess it would depend if you're flipped, but it's by the upper. No, there's the upper night camp. There's a snake in a basket, and when you click it's like a snake charmer. Right. When you click the basket, the snake comes out. Yeah. He's the cutest. He looks like a plushie. Like he's a derpy, cute snake. I love him.
You need a plushie version.
I need a plushie version of that snake. I need like some high-res images of that snake. I've asked who made that snake? Who put this here? I've asked the map team. No one will claim responsibility for the snake.
I would guess that's Brian Sousa who.
But if you're out there, person who put that snake in, it's amazing, and I love him. I just want you to know, I love him.
Yeah. There's some amazing little touches in the battlegrounds.
See, I'm looking for some some snake merch, like maybe a shirt. If like the merch team.
Down for that?
I know the merch team's all over Twitter, so like.
Sometimes the more niche, the
better, right?
It is, yeah, because it's like, wait, I got to get in on the inside, That's what's cool about the Mechastorm t-shirt.
Yeah,
right? Like,
I have mine's the old one. This is the original logo before 2.0. Yeah, I can't give it up because they don't make it anymore.
They don't.
Like I hope nothing happens.
We're actively trying to get rid of this logo.
Yeah, no, I need that. So that shows that I've been here a long time, right? It's like my alpha, portrait.
Right.
Oh gosh, oh no.
How are we doing on this game?
Okay, we're winning, but like not me. Definitely not me. My team again is doing fantastic.
Yeah. Your team is doing fantastic.
I appreciate them. Thank you, team. If you're out there, people in this quick match, you're good. You're good people. I appreciate you. Have you ever gotten in a game and just gotten in voice chat and done like the Cloaken voice to people? Kind of like how Matt Mercer does the McCree voice in Overwatch?
I haven't. Actually, that's an interesting idea.
You should do that.
Should.
And see what people like. See if they believe if it's you or.
Maybe we could make that like a fun.
That'd be a
little,
great stream.
A fun little. You know how like just having segues between.
I'm
Like
gonna
on a
die to this
podcast
tower,
or something
and I
like that,
apologize.
we could just cut it into like a 20
Yeah,
second
oh,
or
yeah.
like a 30-second like
Do it for like a brawl with
like
the blues, maybe.
Cloaken crashes the game or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
that'd be fantastic. Maybe that could have been a good April Fool's.
Yeah.
Dang it, I'm too late.
Yeah, we were talking about it today because we showed the Deckard Spotlight, where
Yeah.
I think it would be really fun.
We should have done
maybe we could do
Deckard
it. Maybe we could do it at BlizzCon where
Okay.
where we do like a live spotlight reading.
Yeah.
Where it's all edited, but I'll actually say it.
Read it. Do like one of the dramatic readings. That would
Yeah.
be good too. They get like a letter written by like a 12-year-old and you just read it really dramatically. One of my favorite old YouTubes is the dramatic reading of a breakup letter.
Oh, right.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just gonna show up at your office with things we'd like you to say.
Yeah.
Or like if you ever watch Honest trailers, they have the epic voice guy say
Right.
funny things at the end. But
Yeah.
we'll just do that to you. Things you'd like Cloaken to say.
I don't feel like my voice is as epic as that dude's.
That's because it's your own voice. Nobody likes their own
Yeah.
voice, right? We hear our own voice in a recording. We're like, oh man, how do people listen to
Like if my
that?
voice is as good as his, I should probably be
Go for it.
just going for it, right?
I'm sure there are people out there that think you're just a voice actor. Like they don't know the full story, and they're just
Right.
like, yeah, this guy's awesome. I bet he's just, you know?
I will tell you something very honestly. I love doing it.
Yeah.
Very much so. Because I
would hope.
don't know, you guys don't know, might not know this about me, but like I consider myself as at the core like an actor. Like a true, like I was born to be an actor. Like
Yeah.
which a lot of people might think is strange, but what I mean by that is like to communicate, like to use my body as a communication tool. Like that's when I feel the most like aligned with the universe.
Like
and
you're doing it,
myself.
it's your purpose.
No, I mean it, and so it's an honor, and it's actually really fun for me to do. And
Would you ever
I try
consider
to
voicing
do
a
it-
hero?
Say what?
Would you ever consider voicing a hero?
Oh heck yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat for sure.
You could be the next
It's
Chris
complicated.
Metzen, where you're just like every character.
It's complicated, I think, Blizzard. You know, it's like, especially with the game being unionized, it's
Right.
like, you know, you getting double paid for, or like paid as an employee and then
Paid as a voice actor.
It's like, it's a weird balance to figure out. It
I
has-
would
has
assume that you're part of
complications.
the Voice Actors Guild, right?
Actually, with
I'll
what I
sponsor
do for
your
this
membership
game right
if you're
now,
not.
yeah. With what I do for the game right now, it hasn't been necessary.
Okay.
But it's definitely come up. That conversation's come up before.
I was,
Inside Blizzard workings.
Again, I was going to say, I'm sure we'll sponsor your membership.
Yeah.
Do we need to sign a petition, maybe?
Hey, I'm all for it. I'm good. Like I want to do it. I'm happy to do it. It's an honor and it's fun.
Amazing.
It's really great to do it on behalf of a game I believe incredibly in, the talent of the team behind it, and then obviously the player base that cares about this content. Like it's fun to figure out how to be as effective at the Sonic game as possible. You know, it's like.
Well, hopefully we've at least, if nothing else, convinced you that the player base is super behind.
Thank you, Kiyeberries. I feel the love. I felt it more actually today than ever before. It's really great.
I'm glad. Okay.
All right.
I've failed my team pretty bad,
I was
but
gonna
I hope
say
they
we
forgive
were
me.
doing well. Now we're
Yeah,
taking a turn.
I hope they can forgive me, but if not, I understand. I understand. I've been in some poor quick matches before. Hashtag blame Kiyeberries. You can make it trending. I deserve it.
No, don't do that. That
It's okay.
sounds-
It was worth it though,
sounds.
because we got to hear so much from you. And now I really need to know what's up with the Dragonshire announcer and the.
Well, so yeah, check out that stained glass. I don't know if we ever released the concept for that. We
Yeah,
may
like,
have.
so where is it? Where can I check it out?
Well, you can see it on, you know, in the long shot at the beginning where they're on the ramparts and he's firing at her
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
she's blocking and dodging.
Yes.
There's like a big
Before she grows the flower out of his
horseshoe.
arrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Before she catches it even. It's like the wide shot where they're
Okay.
both really
So we're
far
gonna
away.
have to freeze frame really good. Hopefully chat's
Yes.
listening and they just go do this for me. I'm really hopeful.
Actually, pause the Deckard home screen as well, and look at the stained glass in the background.
Although we can't see the Deckard home screen yet. Don't tease me.
Well, it's the same home screen in the spotlight. We show
okay,
it. Okay.
So we can find it there too. All right, we got 2 videos to freeze frame.
It might not be as clear there as it is in the trailer, but we used it in both places.
Okay, but I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Soon. I think you have to leave. I think Lashes
I'm getting the rope or the hook or the whatever it's called.
Yeah, the noose. Get out of here. But thank you so much for coming and talking to us and giving us so much insight.
Thank you, chat. Thank you for playing our game and loving our game the way that we love our game.
If we could get another Cloaken announcer when trending on Reddit, like a post, upvote.
You guys are awesome. Thank you for all your support and for this game and for me, the voice.
Yeah, the voice of heroes. See you.
See you.
Okay.
Have a good PAX, everybody.
Thanks, Lashes. We're not actually leaving though, stream. I'm going to be here for another 30 minutes.